We should be very disappointed in Aaron Rodgers. And you know me well enough, Molly and Max, to know that it hurts me to have to say that because I love this brother. He is something special to behold in my eyes. And I just have such a profound respect, and I'd use the word reverence for the greatness that he's put on display throughout the years. As a talent, I think he's the greatest quarterback I've ever seen in my life. And even though Patrick Mahomes is there now, I'm just not willing to give him that nod over Aaron Rodgers without a sustained level of excellence. That's all. But that's how much respect and admiration I have for the greatness of Aaron Rodgers. But I'm not going to lie to you. He sounded very, very weak talking yesterday. We understand that it's out of your control. We understand that the Green Bay Packers have your rights and you're under a contract. And we get that. And if you don't want to talk about it, don't talk about it. But don't dance around it. Don't shrink beneath that spotlight. Don't do that. Just don't say anything. Just say, you know what, it doesn't matter. It's not even something I need to address because it's not something I can control. Everybody would respect that. But he's dancing around the issue, and he's not really owning up to how he truly feels. Now, I'm telling you what I know. I'm not guessing. I'm not asking. I'm telling you, once upon a time, this man walked into Green Bay's management and made suggestions, and they told him to shut the hell up and go play football. We make the decisions. You play football. This is Aaron freaking Rodgers, and that's how they treated him. For years, he's been frustrated with the lack of, and it's not necessarily a lack of help as a knock against his teammates or whatever, but the kind of things that he wanted and the kind of things he would suggest in order to move things forward and give themselves the best opportunity to win. They didn't give a damn about it. They wanted to do what they wanted to do because they knew they had him lock, stock, and barrel, and as a result, he wasn't going anywhere. So what could he say and what could he do? That was their mentality. And so when you look at it from that perspective, and then you look at the drafting of Jordan Love, and then you look at how the season ended, it's a culmination of things. It's not just those two things. It's stuff that's been percolating over the years as it pertains to the respect they once accorded the great Brett Favre compared to the respect that they've given him. And to me, when I watched him speak yesterday, I've given Aaron Rodgers credit for his greatness. And I just took as an assumption, I just assumed that leadership came with it. And apparently I was wrong. Because guess what? What you showed me yesterday is speaking to Pat McAfee, who, by the way, is doing a hell of a job with his radio show. I love Pat McAfee, and I love the job that he's doing. He's doing a hell of a job, and I just want to take a moment to give a shout-out to that brother, wishing him nothing but the best moving forward because he brings it every day.
Hell of a job.
I got a lot of love for Pat McAfee. He really is. He's special talent. But I would tell you that, and listening to Aaron Rodgers talk to him, it was like, okay, I can't help this, so maybe I came across a little bit wrong, and now I'm starting to tap dance around it or whatever. Well, guess what? That's not leadership. You don't have to say anything publicly. I'm not saying that he should. What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you don't have to give a concession speech on the Pat McAfee show. You don't need to do that. Just don't say anything. Because in the end, the Green Bay Packers have not shown you the respect and deference I believe you deserve. And here I am making this argument and others making arguments on his behalf. And then he goes on the air yesterday. And to me, he was just tap dancing around the issue instead of either being quiet or saying, listen, I can't go anywhere, but I don't appreciate the way that I've been treated. And I think that taking the ball out of my hands in the fourth quarter, with the game on the line, it was the ultimate disrespect. I would have liked to have said that or said nothing. And to me, he was right in the middle. And that ain't leadership.
The way we should feel about Aaron Rodgers' comments is what I told you yesterday. Brett Favre seems to know what he's talking about. Oh, I can't imagine why. Maybe it's because he was the longtime Super Bowl winning champion quarterback for the Green Bay Packers when they drafted in the first round his replacement instead of getting him more help when he had plenty of football left in him. And then eventually, when his replacement was ready, they showed Favre the door. Favre has great insight into this situation because there's no one on earth who's been in a more similar situation to Aaron Rodgers than Brett Favre. Now, Stephen A., you have made it a point to point out that there are differences. Of course, not exactly the same in every single detail. One of the differences is Brett Favre engendered more respect from the organization, says you, than Aaron Rodgers. That may even be true. Brett Favre had something about him that I think it wasn't just from the Packers organization, because they're not showing Aaron Rodgers the door yet, but from football fans. Favre had something lovable about him. And part of it was the gunslinger stuff, even with the turnovers and stuff, which you could say it's kind of irresponsible to do to the rest of your team. You kind of made a stupid play, and now the other team has the ball, and you're going to lose because you're just a gunslinger having fun. But still, people gravitated toward it. It was an energy that people liked. And I think there is something in football fans that don't want their quarterback to be too cerebral or introspective. And Aaron Rodgers comes across as cerebral and introspective, which in life is a healthy, mature, and good thing to be. But sometimes in the NFL, at least as it's projected to the world, can hurt you, can hurt your standing, or maybe even your ability to lead in terms of really rallying the team around you. And maybe that came through a little bit in that interview, that Aaron Rodgers is not just making big statements to make big statements, but he's thoughtful. And as Brett Favre said the day before, you know, when he calms down, he's going to consider everything and see. And Favre even said this, Packers ain't letting him go anywhere. Where are the Packers going to let this dude go? He's the reigning MVP. He's playing arguably better than he's ever played. And by the way, from Aaron Rodgers' point of view, Stephen A., they didn't get him help. Right, they drafted his replacement. But they've already done that now, which means in this draft, they can concentrate on, forget about his replacement, the rest of the team with high picks. And think about that team that he's on. He won 13 games in a playoff game against Russell Wilson in the Seattle Seahawks 2 years ago. This season, he went to the NFC Championship game with a chance to win it, and now they have more resources to devote to the team to make it even better. He went from a game manager trying to figure out LaFleur's new system to the MVP of the league now that he's got it. Why would he want to go anywhere? What Favre said was true, and he predicted it, and he was right.
Well, these are breadcrumb comments, and maybe it's not about Brett Favre knowing the Green Bay Packers or knowing the situation because it was identical to Aaron Rodgers, because I don't believe that, Max. Maybe he knows Aaron Rodgers better than we thought. And that's what this is all about. Because Aaron Rodgers, these were breadcrumb comments, man. They don't move anybody. They really don't. And it's Molly, in all honesty, it's going to be hard for me to sit up there as much as I support him. It's going to be hard for me to sit up here and say supportive words when, you know, you turn around and he's backtracking, moonwalking like the late Michael Jackson or Fred Astaire or somebody. I mean, it don't make any sense.
Maybe he thinks he'll get taken care of with a new deal, but I'd like to see him go somewhere else, fellas, where he has the right talent around him so he can really compete with these other top quarterbacks on an even playing field. Got to leave it there. Ryan Clark's going to join us later, though, and we're going to have more on this subject. When we come back, we want to talk a little bit about Tommy Brady, Max's favorite, 10th Super Bowl in his Hall of Fame career. Is this